Hey, man, what you reading in there? You a college boy or something? Huh? I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh? Think you could outsmart a bullet? What do you say we find out, huh? I'm talking to you! What do you say? Huh? Huh? I'm talking to you!
Drop it! Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
I know you. You're dead. We killed you! We killed you! We killed you! You're dead. We killed you!
Who are you? Who are you? Welcome back to Donuts in Space, and as you've kind of guessed it from the intro there, RoboCop from, well, the RoboCop film, 1987 with Peter Weller. Can't really, I mean, to be quite honest, I can't remember what else Peter Weller's been in. I mean, he's been in a few things. I mean, he was obviously RoboCop in RoboCop 1 and RoboCop 2. He wasn't in RoboCop 3, mainly because that was a chuffingly bad film. It was god awful, where he had a what was it, a jetpack so he could fly, which was just absolutely nonsense. So you can understand Peter Weller not wanting any part of that. The only other thing that I can seem to recall him being in was Blue Jean Cop, and then he appeared in an episode of Hawaii Five-O where he was a bad guy who had a prosthetic arm, and he was going around killing cops. And then the only other thing that I can remember him in apart from that was a few episodes of Star Trek Enterprise, where again he played a xenophobic bad guy there. Yeah, apart from those things, I can't really remember anything else he was in. But whatever he, you know, the things that I have seen him in, I always thought he was a really good actor, and I'm quite surprised that he didn't really become a bit of a household staple, if that makes sense, like some actors, because as far as it's like Gary Sneeze. You know, again, for me, Gary Sneeze was is an excellent actor, and he deserves more credit than he actually gets, to be fair. And it's the same with Peter Weller. I think maybe because of the fact that he played RoboCop so well that he couldn't really pick up too much work. But yeah, it's a fairly big model, this one. I'm not really going to bother getting everything put together for you. I mean, the parts fit together really well. Whoever designed this kit, and I really can't remember, to be fair, because I can't remember what site I got it off to be able to tell you. And it doesn't actually tell me on the STL file who the who the person was that actually designed this, but whoever it was done a fantastic job on this, because absolutely everything fits together and fits together really, really well straight out the box. Well, straight off the printer, should I say, really. I mean, if I just, for example, if I just get one of his arms, I mean, you know, you got a little bit of play in there. So the guy that actually designed this did actually design it to the point where, you know, he knew that parts needed to go together and that nobody really wants to sit there for 10 years sanding everything down a little bit before it fits in. Plus the fact, you know, it will give you a little bit of room for paint as well to be taken into consideration. There is a little bit of work that needs to be done, to be fair, to tidy him up. He's got a few little fish eyes on him, or wood tree grains, whatever you want to call it, that need to be sorted out. There's also little bits of support that stuck to him. I don't know why that's happened, because, you know, when I was checking the files on my slicer, I use Chitterbox, and when you spin it around, when you spin the parts around, you can see that none of the supports are actually touching the model. Yeah, if we get this gun hand out, there you can see where the supports have actually welded themselves to the body. As I say, I just don't understand how that can happen when, you know, when you look at the file, you can see that there's nothing there, that nothing's actually touching it. It's completely free, but yet it doesn't. And there's, again, point in case, that one just there as well. So yeah, there's a little work to be done there in those areas. Won't take too long really, I don't think, to deal with those particular parts. I mean, you can see where we've put those drain holes in it and everything to ensure that we don't get resin build up on the inside and whatnot. And again, yeah, look on the thigh there. I know this guy is definitely not a native English speaker, because this being his left thigh on the when you download the kit and you're looking at all of the separate STL files, he's actually put this down as his left tight, not his left thigh. So yeah, you definitely know that the guy is not a native English speaker. Or he could, well, I don't know, he might be, but you know, he just might have just done a typo, but you would have thought that he would have got that sorted out, but you know, never mind, these things happen. But yeah, it's quite a good kit actually. The thing that kind of apprehensive for me is actually doing the skin tones on there and the lips and everything, and getting that looking like it's realistic, because I've never really, I mean, alright, I've done the done a few Looney Tunes characters, but that's not like a human being, is it? So that's the thing that concerns me the most, is actually getting that looking correct and not looking crazy. The other thing as well, to be fair, is how I'm going to do all of his body armor. So basically, the chest, the front and the back, this bit down here, like the bum bit, I suppose you can say, in his rather incredibly large cup, and obviously his calf muscles, or his calves, should I say, the thighs, and also the upper arms, and also the head. They need to be done in like a blue steel colour. If you look at the film, is like a really light blue silver, so that's what colour we need to do him. And also, again, if you look in the actual film itself, sort of around areas, the back of his head and the side of his head, and you know, a few other various places, you know, the top of his shoulders. You've kind of got, and a couple of other areas like in these parts here, and then underneath his rather manly robot pecs, you've got like iridescent purple, and then in places like this, in this sort of like circly bowl indentation thing, you've got iridescent green, and that's kind of like all over. So that's, you know, that's how I'm going to be doing that. Obviously the visor is just a dark grey because you can't see through it at all. Sorry, a dark black, you can't see through it at all. So the only thing that is left to kind of worry about really is, well, the actual body art, all of the armour, so the legs and, you know, all of the legs and the upper arms and whatnot, they're all done in a gloss finish. Places like his arm, or, you know, his forearm and his hand, in RoboCop 1, all of these areas are done in matte black. And then this sort of from here upwards really, and around these kind of areas here are done in matte black. Oh, sorry, semi-gloss black. And a couple of, so yeah, his gloves, this part here, and then I think this part here as well is also done in matte black. And then it's the same with this forearm as well, and then you've got the gun, which is also done in like a black colour of some description. But in RoboCop 1, all of those areas, they're done in like a semi-gloss or a matte or a semi-gloss black. RoboCop 2, he's completely gloss. The only thing in RoboCop 2 is the actual hands aren't done in gloss. They're done in the actual rubber that covers the fingers and whatnot, and the actual hand. They're done in like a matte or semi-gloss black, and then this part here would be from sort of like there and upwards would be done in a, oh no, sorry, that part would also be done in a either a matte or a semi gloss black, and then this part would be a gloss black. So yeah, I'm not sure which route to go down on that one, so please, pretty please, leave me your thoughts on what way you should go. I know that there's people that are subscribed to my channel that are around my age, so hopefully you would have seen RoboCop and got the general gist of what I'm talking about if you've actually seen the film. People that are younger than me that watch my channel, not only do you make me feel incredibly old, but I don't know whether you'll be able to understand what we're talking about. I'm not sure. You might know, I don't know. But I mean, this one is from '87, not the remake, which was done in 2014, which is less superior, I believe. Even though it did have a very good actor in there, Michael Keaton. I didn't really like that film. It weren't as, I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as the original. In saying that, I've also got Ed 209 as well to do, and I've also got Ed 209 from the remake as well, because that was just an absolutely cool Ed 209. I would like, if I could, I'd like to get the remake RoboCop as well from 2014, just to sort of go with them, but unfortunately I can't see one around. The other thing that I'm going to do as well is with the 1987 version of Ed 209. He comes with a really nice stand that's in 4 segments, so I can actually increase the size of that, to be fair, which is what I'm going to do, because I can print it in clear, because it's basically the OCP logo, so I can print that in clear, and on the inside edges around the OCP logo, I can actually mask those off, spray the whole of the base in a matte black to light block the whole thing. And then what I'm thinking about doing is actually spraying it the same colour as RoboCop, so I'd have the blue steel look to him with maybe a little bit of the purple and green iridescent colours. Or I might go down a completely different route with it, I'm not sure really. I think on balance would it look good if the stand was exactly the same colour as the model kit? I don't really know. I might do it slightly differently, to be quite honest. I might kind of see what the colours are for OCP, so yeah, I'm not sure. Also with that as well, I'm not really sure, because I can light the stand, because the areas, as I say, in the channels, I can mask those off, and I can get those lit up. So I have to see what kind of, it's either going to be done, I can either do them in red or blue. There's no point in me doing them in white. I don't think that'll look too good. I think it'd look better if they were in a completely different colour. I think it'd make the stand out a bit more if the lights were done in a slightly different colour. But yeah, just let me know, please, what your thoughts are on whether the black bits should be done in accordance with the 1987 film, where they're semi-gloss, or whether it be RoboCop 2, where everything was actually done gloss apart from the gloves on his hands and the partial forearms as well. That would be great. So I will catch up with you in part 2, where hopefully I've got rid of all of the stupid little sprue bits that have stuck to this. I got him sanded down nicely and sorted out. Well, there's only 2 issues actually with this kit. 2 issues, sorry, and that's if I get his head and stick his head in. It looks a bit weird, because there should be, I believe there should be something between the head and this bit here. I think this rubber boot thing is actually meant to meet that section there. His head looks as though it's just not, you know, doesn't look right, so I just have to have a look, to be fair. The other thing as well that we've got to work on is his upper armour. They should meet sorry, excuse me. His armour should meet like so it's nice and tight. As his head come rolling off. Unfortunately, when I put these on, it's anything but meeting up. There's a good, well, maybe centimetre and a half gap, top and the bottom there, for everything to meet up. So I'm going to need to try and find out where all the snagging areas are on this part here, and also on this sort of inner surface here. And it might also be that these need to be sanded down. I don't know whether these are too long. Not sure really. I mean, it doesn't feel as though they are, to be fair. I mean, when you feels as though that's in smooth. But I mean, that's the only mistakes on this kit really, to be quite honest, that I can see of. Apart from that, the guy whoever designed this done a fantastic job, to be fair. Did a really fantastic job on it. So there you go. Yeah, there's the RoboCop, the next build. Oh, I haven't actually told you how big he is yet, have I? I think he's a 1/4 scale. He's 18.5 inches tall. So he's quite tall when he's built. He's quite a big lad. He's quite a big lad. It wasn't really for me until I actually printed the torso off just this bit. It wasn't until I actually printed this off that I actually realised exactly how big he was going to be, and I was like, oh crap, he's going to be big, isn't he? Yeah, and he is. He's a big boy. So there you go. I'll leave you to it. As I say, if you wouldn't mind just letting me know what your opinions are on whether it should be a gloss black or a semi-gloss black, that would be fantastic. I'm not really sure which way I'm going with him just yet in that area. So yeah, I will catch up with you in part 2 of Mr. RoboCop, where hopefully we would have got all of the little issues sorted out, and if we're lucky we might have got some primer on him as well by then. So yeah, until then guys, thanks for watching, and as always, please do take care.